Hi, I'm Samantha from Thread Collective, and today I have a Louet Jenn-E Spinner that we will be unboxing. I haven't seen one of these in person yet, but from the images that I have seen, it looks like a really well designed wheel. So I'm excited to get into it. Let's begin. Louet products are always packaged exceptionally well and very securely. So we have the instructions manual, there we go. How absolutely beautiful is this carry box? I don't think I have ever seen an electric spinner come with quite a gorgeous carry case or a carry case at all. Just give this a turn around so you can see back and sides. So now that we've taken it out of the packaging, it's time to get this set up. I've had a look at the instructions and I'm going to keep them handy in case I need to reference them, but there's really not much that we need to do to get spinning. So first of all, we need to take off this protective case, and you just simply slide it up slowly. I'm going to pop it to the side as I have a table, but you could use this as a table if you don't have one handy. And next, just because Louet packages so well, I'm just going to cut the tape so we can access everything. You can see it's been packaged very snugly, so there's been no movement in shipping at all. So you should be able to see the spinner there. You can see it's held in place with some Velcro straps. And now you should be able to slide it out again. It's going to be very snug because it still has some cardboard in place up here. So move that. There we are. Exceptionally snug. But you don't need to put these bits of cardboard back in when you package it up, so it won't be so snug going forward. So this is the little e-spinner. We've got some bobbins here that we need to free. We have the power cables and foot pedal in this, as well as pliers for making it Scotch or Irish tension. And these are the bobbins. There are also, on this carry case, 3 holes here, and that's because it has an included lazy cage. So these are our rods for the lazy kite. For those of you who don't know what a lazy kite is, you might be new to spinning. These can hold the bobbins while you're plying. They can also act as a storage device. So when you're plying, you need somewhere to hold your bobbins where they can turn freely. So you can see these going in, hopefully. 1, 2, 3. And how lovely is that? I love that it's all integrated. That's just wonderful. This is our included orifice hook. Matches the wheel beautifully. Get all this unpackaged nice and quickly. We have all the different plug adapters depending on which country you are from. So install that into the plug. There we are. A little bit fiddly, but it is in very securely now. And this is our foot treadle. The foot pedal plugs into the front. And then the power goes in the back. Now the manual suggests that we make sure that the direction is in S and turn the speed dial to half. Speed dials to half. And we turn that on. Next we choose whether we're spinning in Scotch Tension or Irish Tension. So I prefer Scotch Tension, so that's what I'll be setting up in. A lot of art yarn spinners will prefer Irish Tension because that will give you a stronger pull. And the difference between the two are your Irish Tension, the brake band's going to be on the flyer, on the front part here, and with Scotch Tension it's actually going to be braked on the bobbin. The blocking adapter is just a little tiny screw, which I have here, and it's already installed on this wheel. This here is the locking adapter. We need a little bit of string, we need a bobbin. So on the bobbins you'll notice that there is a groove on one end and no groove on the other. You want the groove to go to the back because that's where the brake cord needs to run. We take our little bit of string that's included. It's already tied into little loops at the end, which is very convenient because most spinning wheels you have to tie your own and measure it and get it just so. Over the groove, the bobbin, under the hook here, this little hook here, and this is going to connect onto the other end of the loop. This piece of wood here is what you're going to be turning to loosen or tighten the brake. There we go. Time to start spinning. So before we can put any fibre onto the wheel, we first need to add a leader. Now Louet bobbins have this very neat inbuilt feature. They've got like this little groove in here. So you don't need to faff about with trying to tie on a leader, and this will also reduce any slippage, which will make it easier to get started with your spinning. So you pull off a length of cotton or linen or whatever you might have lying around. You tie a knot in the end, add a little bulk, pop it in that groove. So very simple, a wonderfully elegant design. So you can see we have these very generously sized rings here for the yarn to pass through, which is fabulous if you're an art yarn spinner in particular, because you'll be able to get some decent sized coils, beehives through there. The orifice itself is quite generously sized too. So it does come with an orifice hook. Use that to pull my leader through. And I've got this beautiful bat that I've made with some Ashford Corriedale as well as some sparkle. Let's get spinning. I've got this just over halfway on the speed dial. And this was just such an easy start. Unlike some electric spinners that I have tried, there was no jerking at the start, which can sometimes snatch the yarn right out of your hands or break the thread just before you even begin spinning. It is a little noisier than some spinners I've tried, but so far very smooth. So turn this off. I'm going to go sideways for a bit so you can watch. And let's crank the speed up so you can see how fast it can go. I'm just doing a woolen draw on that. So this is at 1800 RPM, which is quite fast, and that's why it's making a little more noise now. A lot of that is just the whir from the speed. Most spinners would not sit at this speed unless they were production spinners or finer yarn spinners, or really, really fast jams, I suppose too. It's producing cobweb kind of lace at the moment with this speed. I'm going to turn that down. I'm just going to turn that off so I can get this up a bit more of a leader again. move this along a little. So you just squeeze these rings together as you slide that, nice and easy. So just about the halfway speed again, just joining this fibre back on. And this is a lovely speed for a bulkier weight, to traditional weight if you're a slower spinner. And it can go much slower, which is fantastic again if you are an art yarn spinner, or if you don't want a lot of twist added to your yarn, so you're making something a bit bulkier than standard. I've got this whole batch here, so to really put this wheel through its paces, I'm just going to spin up 2 bobbins and ply them. Letting those fibres catch on. I'm just working on short forward draw. Let's turn up the speed a little. Yeah, so this is called a ply back test. Sticking the yarn. And that is the 2 ply we'd make at the moment. So I have had the chance to spin 2 bobbins up and I've done some plying. So I've been asked by a couple of people about the noise level. Like any spinning wheel, it's not completely silent. It is maybe slightly louder than some e-spinners I've had the pleasure of working with, but it's no louder than the ones that I have in my personal collection, and I'm okay with that because the wheels I have excellent motors in them, and it makes me think that maybe this one has something special in it as well to help it maintain those speeds that it's working at. I think it would be amazing for a new spinner who just wants a wheel that will stay with them for life. It doesn't try and snatch the yarn out of your hands like I found with some e-spinners. So when you start it up, some e-spinners feel like they're giving a big tug, and that can lead to a lot of frustration because you're not getting your fluff secured onto your leader. It goes up to 1800 RPM, which is more than most spinners would need. Unless you are a big production spinner or you are spinning a lot of very fine yarn, 1800's a lot. Like it's very fast. It's really intuitive to use. It's so straightforward. There's literally just whether you're spinning left or right, Z off or S switch, and a speed dial, as well as a space to plug in the foot pedal. So there's nothing to get overly confused or overwhelmed by on the machine. There was very little setup. All I had to do was install the bobbin on a flyer, which you have to do when you change a bobbin anyway, and I had to set up the Scotch tension, which again is very normal to have to do. And everything came pre-measured, pre-cut. It was literally just a matter of putting it together that way. It's got a really generously sized orifice, so again, this is perfect for the all-rounder kind of spinner. You can spin really fine yarns on it, but you can also spin quite chunky yarns. You can fit a really decent sized beehive through that. And then to accommodate that as well, I guess they've got the hooks here. Same with most wheels. If it gets snagged, you just stop and unhook it if you have to, but you can probably bypass those and go straight through this really generously sized ring. I could do some really big fun yarns with that. So on a lot of e-spinners I've had trouble doing long draw, and long draw is my favorite draft because it's fast and it gives beautiful loft to wool. But yeah, it can be difficult to achieve in a Scotch tension at times. This wheel does go faster than quite a few wheels in the market, so that's also why it will be appearing louder. I think this is very normal e-spinner sound. But the wheel is so gentle, I don't need to do any cross-lacing. Such an easy wheel to spin. So, how cool is this wheel? Should you buy one? If you don't have an e-spinner, I think this should be a serious contender. It's sort of mid-range budget-wise, but it will do almost anything you can throw at it. Obviously, you can spin very fine yarns to whatever you can fit through the orifice and rings, so that's a lot of the art yarns covered. It's beautifully engineered. If you're a traveller, it would be incredibly portable and so well protected in its little carry case, so definitely worth considering that way. As long as you have it within your budget, definitely worth considering. So I really liked my time with it so far, and I hope I get to play with it some more. I haven't tried it in Irish tension yet, so I am excited to give that a go, but this is my normal default spinning is in Scotch tension, so this is my happy place. And those of you who know me know that I have a lot of wheels and I'm quite fussy with my wheels. So for me to get along with an e-spinner straight away is a really, really big thing. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions at all about this wheel or any other wheels that we stock here at Thread Collective, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're more than happy to answer your questions.